Good morning, I'm Kiara, and you're watching the morning news on Alps Global News. It's Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Here are your top stories. In Malaysia, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim urges a transformation in the civil service, highlighting the need to equip officers with new technologies to reduce reliance on foreign consultants. Internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump meets with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu as sweeping tariffs shake global markets, and the U.S. Supreme Court gives the green light to rapid deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. And across Asia, despite heightened trade tensions, markets are rebounding this morning after Monday's dramatic sell-off triggered by Trump's new tariff threats. Let's bring in Armando for more on these headlines.
Thanks, Chiara. In Malaysia, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has called for civil service reform through upskilling and exposure to new technologies. At a dinner in Putrajaya, Anwar recalled how civil servants in the 1980s and 90s handled major national decisions without significant reliance on consultants. He now wants to restore that capability by training young officers and reducing dependence on external experts. The new Public Service Remuneration System, or SSPA, is part of this push, replacing the former SSM system. SSPA focuses on performance-based rewards, improved productivity, and the well-being of public servants. Turning to international news, President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs have sent ripples through global markets. His trade advisor insists there will be no recession, but investor sentiment remains shaky. Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu while also preparing for high-level nuclear talks with Iran in Oman this weekend, though Iranian media is downplaying the likelihood of direct discussions. Meanwhile, the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed Trump to invoke the Alien Enemies Act, enabling rapid deportations of suspected gang members. Cabinet officials hailed the decision as a national security victory, while critics expressed concern over its scope. And in Asia, after a historic sell-off, markets opened higher today. Japan's Nikkei 225, South Korea's Kospi, and Australia's ASX 200 all rebounded in early trading. The rally comes despite President Trump's tariff escalation, including a 54% levy on Chinese imports. He dismissed suggestions of a pause, reaffirming the U.S. would impose additional tariffs if Beijing proceeds with retaliation. While Monday was described as a bloodbath for regional markets, today's gains hint at cautious optimism. Back to you, Chiara.
Thank you, Armando. To recap, Prime Minister Anwar pushes for a tech-savvy civil service. President Trump's trade moves spark global reactions, and Asian markets begin to recover after a rough start to the week. That's it for this morning's headlines on Alps Global News. Stay with us for our afternoon and evening news updates. I'm Kiara. See you soon.